everyone, it's Ashley and I am taking you on a room by room tour of my house. Up next is my main bedroom. I love this space. It's really special. We put in a lot of extra time and money to add some details that are really kind of take it over the top that I will point out to you. This room design, well, I redid it at first and I hated it. So I lived with it a year and then a year later I was like, no, we're starting over. And I love where it came to. So if you have a room that you've done and you're like, oh, I hate this, don't be afraid to kind of take a step back and see what you didn't like. I had wallpaper on top that was way too dark. So we really lightened and brightened it in here. And the whole redesign started after I went to the Colony Hotel in Palm Beach and I walked around their lobby. It's so inspiring. I'll show a video of it and you'll exactly see why my room looks like this. It's totally my style and it's my happy place. So let me show you some of the best design elements that I love in here. Has a pagoda-shaped fireplace and it's so cool. The day I came back from looking at the hotel lobby, I searched on Facebook Marketplace pagoda furniture and this little bookcase showed up. It was from the 1950s. It was actually from someone that lived like a few blocks away from me and it was in rough shape. It was very rickety. They had stored it outside. So I restored it and it was like half brown, half white. I repainted it and it's still it's not perfect, but it adds a lot of personality. And if you try to buy anything new that's pagoda shaped, it's so expensive. So I consider this a really special find. And our house was built in 1954. And so it feels right at home here. Besides the pagoda fireplace, I really loved the wallpaper at the Colony Hotel. And that wallpaper is hand painted. I believe it's by Gracie Wallpaper. And what they did was they took the owner's favorite animals and then animals that are native to Florida and hand painted them, and it's so special. So there's Florida Panthers in it. I found this wallpaper from Muse Wall Studios and they sell on Etsy or they have their own website. And they had this exact wallpaper, but it was in a darker pink. And as you know, I learned from my experience that I need light colors to live with. That's just what I love. And so I asked them if they could change the background. The background's the same as the wallpaper I have in my kitchen. And so they were able to switch it out and now they sell it in this colorway, which is so cool. And I don't know if you can tell, but there's a tiger on it. And I thought that was kind of reminiscent of that same look, but for way cheaper. Gracie Wallpaper is $3,000 a panel. So this is, I think, $300 worth of wallpaper and it made the room for sure. This little moment is one of my favorites in my whole house. So there's a designer called his name is Mario Buwada. I don't think I'm saying it right. And he used he used a lot of chinoiserie, a lot of layering. His rooms are amazing, and he had this space where he used a bunch of hanging birds, and I thought that was so cool. My friend Laurel, she gave me this. It was her grandma's bird, and so I repainted it. It was white, but it needed some touching up, so I gave it a fresh start. And oh my gosh, doesn't he just belong here? It feels like the tiki room, and it makes me strangely happy, and I think that's how your house should make you feel. So I didn't want him white on white walls because I thought that he would just get lost. And so I found this silk scarf, and again, we just framed it. It's the one I have in my living room, the Florida scarf. And I just think it adds the silk is such a luxurious texture and it gives him a background so he just doesn't get lost in it. And the dresser is also really special. It's from Grandin Road. Most of the furniture in this room is from Grandin Road, the nightstand, the headboard, this, and the desk. So they make some really good stuff. It has a really good pattern on it. And like I said, beautiful moment. The big upgrade we gave this room was adding shiplap ceiling and then crown molding, and above both doors I have a little onlay. It's from Akana Millwork. You can get them on Amazon. They're pretty affordable, but it adds just like this level of detail, and it looks expensive, it feels expensive. The white on white trim I love, so I just had to show you that detail. So funny story with the drapes. I bought them white when we first did the dark pink of the wallpaper, and remember I hated that. So once the walls were white, the drapes were not great. So I was like, I'll just dye them because I don't want to buy new drapes. I've already like wasted a bunch of money on this redo. And so I decided to dye them. I dyed them in my tub. Do not do that unless you put a liner in your tub. I dyed my tub the darkest pink and it wouldn't come out. It took me like days of scrubbing for hours and hours and hours to get that tub clean. But I do have these beautiful pink drapes to show for it, and I like the color they turned out, so you know, good. This is my vanity area. I love having a vanity in a bedroom because you can also work here. So I think that's nice. Since it was an Airbnb, I also like to have a mirror in each room. So if someone needs to get ready while the bathroom's occupied, or if you just want to get ready before you come out for the day, if you're traveling with people you're not used to, that's always nice. I get ready here whenever I'm here, and I love it. I think the first item we bought for this house from a thrift store was this cute chair. I found it at like this little church thrift shop down the street from us. I love it. And then here's the vanity. I spray painted these leaves just to kind of give it that cute pink look. I've done that with a palm tree as well. So if you're like, I don't like green, you could do any color. And then this little house is also thrifted, and it works. It's so cute if you put a diffuser in it, and then it looks like smoke coming out. And the mirror I get a lot of questions on. That was from Grandin Road as well. I don't think it's available anymore, but they always have special stuff if you're looking for it. Another area I wanted to show you is the closet. It's very small, but it has some like special details. I painted a pink stripe on the wall. I wanted a wallpaper, but then I was like, I can paint this and save a lot of money. So I did that. And then I actually have art on the wall, which is fun. This is a thrifted frame that I found that I just added like, these are clippings from a book I had. And I'll show you the shelf that I have my shoes on. My husband built that for me. And I love opening this and like having like 3 outfits to choose from that I really love. And then it's also in a pretty setting. So if your closet makes you sad, paint it and add some art. Why not, right? So before we bought this house, I had never lived anywhere coastal, and I thought this will be so fun to embrace it. So you can see with a lot of the textures and the colors I used in this house, I'm like, let's do Ashley Goes Coastal. And so I chose this cute little headboard. And then we got these lights. They're from Kichler Lights, and they just plug in, which is great because then you don't have to hardwire them in. And they're so nice for if you're reading in bed. So yeah, that's kind of the tour of the main bedroom. I love this space. Maybe the wallpaper is my favorite thing in here, plus all the trim and the bird. Don't ask me my favorite, I guess, because I love it all. But yeah, that's how it should be with your house, and I hope this gave you some inspiration. If you have any questions, I would love to answer them. You can just put them in the comments, and I will keep showing you rooms because I think this is really fun to kind of show it in a different format than just like project. So thanks for joining me.